This shit over with, shit. You drop this done.
Bro, let them know
It's a
you
done deal,
bro.
bro. It's a done deal.
Let them know you dropping me,
I'll
bro.
drop you.
No, say it.
Who should I drop from 1017?
Shout out to real nigga. Ain't never did no police or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on.
Bro, we just did that. That's done.
What you do? You drop.
You said you want to get dropped, you dropped.
Sign the paper and everything.
Done.
What's up, everybody? We back. Welcome to another episode of Kicking Back with Mac. Today we got another reaction video. We are reacting to Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty. You know, Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, they got beef right now. Pooh Shiesty tried to rob Gucci Mane to try to get out of his contract or whatever they got going on. 1017 type shit, you know what I'm saying? So today we about to react to Pooh Shiesty getting arrested and going back to jail after he just got out of jail, not even a year ago, and ended up going right back to jail after dropping the biggest song, honestly, the biggest song of 2026 so far. One of the biggest songs of 2026. Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this reaction video. Y'all like, comment, sub up. Appreciate y'all. Let's go.
What's poppin', y'all? Pooh Shiesty might be he's definitely the dumbest rapper of all time. Dumbest street rapper. And Gucci Mane might have made the best trade of his entire life, financially speaking. So we're gonna split this up two ways. One is the crime part of this, and then one is the music part of this. So first we're gonna go to the crime part, which is Pooh Shiesty obviously alleged to have robbed Gucci Mane and held him at gunpoint to quote-unquote negotiate him getting out of his contract, and new stuff has come out regarding that. Now keep in mind, the robbery, he just did that for the love of the game. He didn't need to rob him. He just said, like, yo, give me what you got. I like that. It looks shiny. My guys here, they need something. So we got some more photos, and they're slowly leaking this, and it says the following: unsatisfied with merely obtaining the written release of contract, Williams Jr., which is Pooh Shiesty, announced that he wanted to film RD, Roderick Davis, Gucci Mane, and Wright Jr. recorded Roderick Davis on his cell phone, stating that Pooh Shiesty dropped from 1017. This is hilarious. They got
this video. And I seen the clip of the video on TikTok. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Why the fuck would you do some shit like that, bro? Like, criminals, I see why criminals are criminals now, because they're not smart. Usually the people that are real good criminals don't ever get caught. The dumb criminals are always the ones that end up getting caught. This nigga, bro, this nigga literally had the gunman in the back of the video, sitting there pointing a gun at Gucci Mane, bro. Come on. Come on. Why would you record that shit? Why would you record any illegal activity? The cops are gonna get the evidence, the footage off y'all's phones. Come on, gang.
They were like, yo, you signed this, but we need video of you signing it, which is also video of us committing the crime. All the while, co-defendant DeMarcus Glover, who had entered the recording room as the altercation ensued, blocked the door holding a Draco. So these images don't really tell us much, but it does tell us that the DA, they really want social media to focus on this case and not forget that it's happening. And another piece of information would come out, which is the security guard of Gucci Mane wrote a letter to the judge saying that Pooh Shiesty should be denied bond. And keep in mind, this guy was already at a halfway house, so the fact that he would even be up for bond is insane, but he's definitely got the money to have some good lawyers. And this note, yeah, this man's not getting out. And he says, this is CW, a victim and survivor from the incident that occurred on 1/10/26. First, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to provide my statement and response regarding the decision at hand concerning the bond for Pooh Shiesty. I respectfully ask that Pooh Shiesty remain remanded with no bond due to the safety concerns for myself and my family. Mr. Williams was aware that I am a vested retired police officer. So this guy knew that he was a retired police officer, and he even said, like, yeah, hold that guy up. Well, he's not going to tell. Or this is the crime. Keep in mind, Pooh Shiesty
I'm sorry. If I was Gucci Mane, I would have told. Fuck yes, I would have told. Yes, y'all niggas is going down. Because at the end of the day, there's a right and a wrong way to go about shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you are in a contract. You did sign the contract. There are legal obligations that you have to follow. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I would have told on that nigga if I was Gucci. I would have told on that nigga, bro. Y'all niggas gotta stop. The streets is not gonna get y'all niggas nowhere in life. We gotta stop trying to be so street all the goddamn time. The streets is not gonna get you niggas nowhere, bro. Handle things the legal way. Y'all niggas could have went to court, fought it out, battled it out. It's not like you ain't got enough money already, gang. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just do shit that don't make no sense to me, bro. The street mentality is what's got a lot of niggas in some fucked up situations, bro. For real. You got to get out of that street mentality and learn how to have a more business savvy mindset. That's the only way in that industry, that you're going to be able to have a successful outcomes. You know what I'm saying?
Ruthless, and probably just, this guy, the streets is in his blood, because this is the second time he did something in front of police. So if you guys remember, I think he was out on bond or something, but he had met up with a guy to buy some sneakers and weed off of him. And he pulled up in a McLaren, and they met, and the guy that he met up with, the plug, he was like, yo, let's meet in front of a police station. There's no way he's gonna do something in front of a police station, right? Well, he robbed the guy and shot him in the behind, and that was part of the case that he ended up getting locked up for. In front of a police station.
Bro.
Yes, we got camera footage.
In front of the police station is crazy, gang. Like, you not know they got cameras everywhere around this bitch? You can't do shit. You can't even be a crack on the fucking sidewalk. They're gonna have footage of your ass. You can't even be you can't even be a penny on the side of the fucking road, gang. They're gonna know where you're at all fucking times. There's so many ways to get evidence nowadays, bro. They got fucking satellite surveillance. Everything is being watched, bro. They have ways to track your location through your phone. Like,
of everything.
Not smart.
So
smart.
He already did that. It seemed like he wasn't concerned about a security guard. He was like, nah, my guys, they got that. So that just goes to the level of menace to society that this guy is. And he says, because of this, I am deeply concerned about what he may attempt to do if he is released, which is a valid concern. Out of all the victims involved in this case, I'm the only one who lives in Texas, and I'm extremely fearful of his ability to reach me or my family if he's granted bond. His actions show a disregard for the safety and well-being of others. These alleged crimes were committed while he was already under government-monitored release, which raises serious concerns for me about what would prevent him from causing further if given another opportunity. And I believe that, because if Pooh Shiesty were to be released right now, he would be released on bond. And if he's released on bond, that means he can figure out some way to talk to his guys. He was already at a halfway house, still waiting to be fully free, and he decided to commit this crime on Roderick Davis Gucci Mane in a studio when he knew he had security, under the guise of negotiating a contract to lure Gucci in. And if he was willing to do this, what do you think he's willing to do, knowing that he's facing, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years? This guy's not going to get out. They're going to throw the book at him because he was already had priors to this. What do you think he's going to want to do to one of the witnesses, the police officer? It's not far-fetched to think that he would want him or threatened or something so that he doesn't testify. Prior to this incident, Lontrell Pooh Shiesty was given a second chance and was granted bail bond with monitoring conditions. Despite those conditions, he was once again accused of committing another crime that resulted in a person being shot. So I think he's talking about the incident with the McLaren.
See, you got some niggas who just never learn their lesson. Some niggas like going back to jail. Some niggas don't give a fuck about nothing besides the streets. This is Pooh Shiesty is a prime example of somebody who had all the potential in the world and just blew it. Just threw it away, bro. Literally. I don't understand. And I have a lot of family members and cousins that was like this, bro. Just constantly going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out for shit all the fucking time. There has to be something about jail that these niggas like. Because you doing shit like this knowing you're going to get caught, gang. Knowing you're going to get caught.
And they're shooting the guy in the behind because I think he had gotten arrested or something for letting off a gun. in the club. Yes, some people, they took, I guess, like one of the bags of money, or his money fell on the ground. He's like, nobody better touch that. So some shots the fire was in the club with him. Despite those conditions, he was once again accused of committing another crime that resulted in a person being shot. My wife and I are both afraid of what his mindset may be if he's released. His mindset is on go. That's all it ever has been. Since the incident, I have found myself constantly watching vehicles passing by my home, worried that he or someone connected to him may attempt to harm me or my family. I think he is gassing this up a little bit, but it's not far-fetched to believe. Like, this guy, he's a retired police officer. When this was going on, he probably thought, there is no way that this is happening right now. Like, this guy is an absolute menace and an idiot.
A menace
so
to
it's not
society.
out of the realm of possibility that he does something else idiotic and savage. I have limited their ability to go outside and enjoy normal activities as they should. Now, I don't think Pooh Shiesty is as conniving and smart to do something like this, but this guy's fear is understandable. I respectfully ask that you consider the safety and security of my family, and when making your decision regarding bond, I believe him being detained is necessary to protect us and prevent further harm. I agree. Just get the guy a studio in there. He really needs one. And then we got some leaked text messages for when Pooh Shiesty allegedly was putting together people for this robbery. And Michael Myers is Pooh Shiesty. Yes, Michael Myers, the fictional character in horror movies that walks people down. I need 6:30 for Saturday, pulling up on WAP, plus 2 drivers. And then you got Charles Manson, no surprise there with that name, another demon of society, overstood. And then some guy named WAP says, what we need to do. And somebody says, bet, which I'm guessing is Big 30, because this is Big 30's phone. And some other guy says, bet, I'm there, pull up on him where I need to get to. It's like, these guys are itching. You know how rappers like Lil Wayne would talk about, like, yo, my trigger finger itching? Like, these guys, you can tell, like, they're on go. TTG,
can't wait to commit some illegal crimes.
These Memphis guys are different. He says, I'm there, let me know. He said, I need drivers. And then he continues. And he says, 30, where you at? And he's talking to Big 30 here. This is...
See, the fact that these niggas is so eager to commit these crimes is just, like, puzzling to me. I never understood why people wanted to do illegal shit, because it's like, bro, you're gonna get caught. This is not the 70s, 80s, when all the serial killers was around. This is not the golden age of serial killing, gang. You're gonna get caught. Anything you do nowadays, you're gonna get caught. They have put so much effort and time into making sure you can't get away with shit no more, bro. You can't get away with shit. How were we able to access these text messages? Everybody done seen the text messages. Everybody done seen everything, gang.
January 7th. So this is 3 days before this happened. And he says, bet, when y'all trying to leave out? He says, finna leave the A. It's on Shiesty and who he picked to come. So these guys are lined up like, please pick me, pick me. They're trying to get like into hoops or something. They don't want to be picked last. They don't want to be left out of the shootout. It's like being left out of dodgeball. I got the Cat and TRX. These drink gas though. And everybody can't go to Cuz house at all. Them folks be tripping. And then they added another guy into the chat. This looks like Signal, the Signal application, which is encrypted. He says they added some guy named Double Back, which, listen, if you're the guy, the police officer that talked about, hey, I don't want this guy out on bond, some guy named Double Back, that seems to be like it would be his job to double back and pull up on the police officer that is set to testify. He said, and this guy says, everybody get in touch with KD ASAP, 911, it's serious, be ready. And then Big 30, I'm guessing, says, so y'all ain't driving. Now, a lot of people are saying, yo, you think you're safe because you're talking via an application. Well, this looks like it's a photo taken of the phone. So they somehow got, it's not like they subpoenaed Signal and were able to get these messages.
They can get anything they want to get.
Phone. So let's say I have the Signal app on my phone or Telegram or anything that claims that it's encrypted. If I open it up, my phone, and they can just tap the app, yeah, that's evidence. They can use that. And then they can probably link the number and be like, hey, this is Big 30. This is who he's talking to. And that's evidence. But the question is, how did they get into Big 30's phone? Is Big 30 telling? Or did Big 30 not have a lock on his phone? Did he tell them what the password or passcode to his phone was? Because that's the only way they'd be able to get into it, from what I know. Otherwise, they would have just pulled up like the transcripts of the messages instead of the screenshots here. Or perhaps they can't use this for evidence evidence, and that's why that they're just putting it out there onto the internet. But now the music part of this, right? Because, and I said that Gucci Mane telling, well, he already told. He made a whole song about it. This might be the best trade that he's ever made going up. Like, Pooh Shiesty's music is still being streamed.
Bro, this nigga
is going to
this nigga dropped the hardest song of 2026, gang. One of the hardest songs. Song was like 5 minutes of him just spitting bars, bro. Like, he was saying some real shit, gang, and then this shit happened, and it just kind of like, you know, the record just stops, like, type shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's just really troubling to see this shit, because it's like a lot of these rappers have such potential to be good, you know, functioning societal human beings, but they choose to just throw the opportunities that God had given them. This is a blessing, opportunity that God gave you, bro. You just throwing it away, bro. You're just throwing it away.
Continue to go up in streams as this whole case is going on, because I think they're going to mention song lyric. But if they televise this case too, like the YSL trial, like that, it's going to get tons of views. And then when Pooh Shiesty gets locked up, his music is going to continue to hit. Like Lil Durk right now is still one of the most streamed artists on Apple Music, at least. So there's that trade, and Gucci Mane owns all of that music. But something that happened that I covered in a previous video last week was that Pooh Shiesty was still able to get a song out somehow with Glorilla that was recorded and was supposed to release and leaked like 2 days after this incident. And I'm guessing this song being released had something to do with them trying to get out of the deal with Gucci Mane, because he wanted to sign to CMG, which is Yo Gotti's record label. So that didn't happen, and then the song leaks, and for many months we don't see anything happen with the song until it releases. And when it released under Shiesty Glow. That was the profile that it released under, and that was a group name for Pooh Shiesty and Glorilla. And I was like, this is odd. So did they, like, he try to bypass it? Because it released, like, quote unquote independently when it first dropped. However, now the song is officially released as a collaboration between Glorilla and Pooh Shiesty. And when you look at the release, it's released under 1017 and Atlantic, because that's a distributor that Gucci Mane uses for his 1017 label, and CMG and Interscope. So Gotti, Glorilla, she signed to CMG, and Interscope and Pooh Shiesty, he signed to 1017. But that means that Gucci Mane had to sign off on this track, and that means that Pooh Shiesty is still signed to Gucci Mane. So I know that Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti had their beef, but perhaps Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti patched things up, and business-wise, Gucci Mane understood. He's like, hey, listen,
Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane had beef?
He's getting locked up. I'm never going to see this guy again. He's going to do at least a decade, if not 2 decades, really. Police officers involved? Oh, man. He's going to get a lot of time. So he's going to do all of that time. I might as well clear this record and make money off of it, because he tried, at least off this record, I can make my bread. But I want to know the inner workings of how this song came out, because like I said, it wasn't visible when it first released. It wasn't visible on Glorilla or Pooh Shiesty's individual pages on Spotify or Apple Music. There was a page, Shiesty Glow, where it was distributed just like a regular distributor, not even a major distributor, when the song was originally released. And then now it's changed up entirely. So something had to have happened, and we don't know the full story of it yet. But for this
but hey, who knows, man? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything happens for a reason. Maybe he'll learn his lesson one of these days. Maybe. I don't know if he'll ever be able to get out of jail now, though, because of the footage and all the text messages and all that shit. But, hey, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, sub up. Kicking Back with Mac. We out. Appreciate y'all.